What's going on, combatants? I am AD, that is JB3, and we are the Breakdown Boys. Raw was interesting after Money in the Bank. Um, that Brock Lesnar dude running around with a briefcase, letting it be known that he's gonna linger. He's gonna keep being that guy in the shadows. You're gonna have to watch your back for the beast and putting Kofi and Seth on notice.
Yes, and it's very interesting, brother, because you have two very different concepts here. Okay, you got Seth Rollins one. Okay, Seth Rollins is out there, Brock is out there with Paul. First Seth comes out, and Seth is unhappy. He's saying, "I don't like this. Why are you here? You got this. It makes me unhappy." You know what I'm saying? It's this, and we understand. We're like, "Oh, we're sick of you," but then they use this moment again to build this story
Mhm.
with Kofi Kingston, this fighting champion. And because Kofi comes out and he's like, "I want you to cash in right now to me because I want to build my legacy." And that's like, hell yeah. I love that. And it's two completely different concepts, contrast and everything. And here's the thing, like it makes me happy and it makes me sad with Kofi. And here's one of the reasons it makes me happy is because, like I said, it builds his fighting champion character. But the reason it makes me sad is because it makes me think and it makes me scared that when they building up a fighting champion, history proves that they will defend their title a lot, but they will
Mhm.
also lose it fast. So I hope that doesn't happen. I hope they keep letting them fight for it because, let's be honest. Hey, AD, let's call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let's call it what it is. This is probably going to be his only reign. Maybe one other one, but this is probably going to be it. He's older. He's got a family. He's got kids. This is his moment. Now is his time. And I'm happy for him. I want him to keep it.
Ah, that brings up a good topic. You said usually fighting champions, they defend it a lot real quick and then they lose it fast. What do you think is better off? Like if it was you, if you had to choose a title reign that lasts a year, but you only defend it at pay-per-views, you don't defend it week to week on the shows, right? It's on pay-per-views where you defend it. Or a 5 month reign of not even 5 months, 3.5 months, 4 months with it, and you defend it every week in and out, including the pay per views in that 4 months.
To be honest with you, I think it's time for a revolution. I think it's time to take the best of both. I think it's time to have someone defend it a lot and keep it for a long time. At least, you're talking about a modern day reign. That's a long time. I'm not talking about 2 years. That would be crazy. They did that in Japan with Okada. He went almost 2 years. Um,
Well,
you know,
that dude,
maybe 8 months.
What's his name? Dunn, PD Dunn, Pete Dunn.
Yeah,
Didn't he
he
have
went
it
on
for
that
like
600,
2 years?
close to 2 years too. Yeah, and and that's cool too
But
because
that's
he
very
defended it.
niche, right?
There's a whole story with that. Yeah, you know, but you were talking about weekly TV. You're talking about Raw,
SmackDown.
WWE Champion, SmackDown, Raw. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But weekly TV, it's different. You what if Kofi did defend? Not maybe not every week, but what if he defended like you know, let's say in between each pay per view a couple times on SmackDown, maybe a couple times on Raw, and he did defend it a lot, and then he ended up losing it in a really really competitive match against I don't know Finn Balor. I don't know. He's on SmackDown, and Finn Balor got the WWE Championship from him. That would be like something crazy, or whatever. So, like, they can do it. Now's their time with
Mhm.
this.
I think Kofi's gonna be okay. I honestly think Kofi is gonna be your champion to at least SummerSlam. And with that being said, I don't know exactly. You hear rumors, or they're going to turn Biggie against him. We'll get into it on SmackDown with the whole Biggie thing, but I hope if he gets it to bring it to a SummerSlam, I hope if he loses it at SummerSlam before WrestleMania, he can. win it again, and maybe drop it at Mania, drop it at the Rumble. I don't know. I think if he had such an incredible moment at WrestleMania this year, they should let that play out to the next WrestleMania, at least. Even if he loses the belt in between, maybe he wins it back again at WrestleMania, and then you could take it away from him at Money in the Bank, or you could take it away from him. I don't know.
Yeah,
After somewhere.
I don't think WWE is going to book that long term, to be honest with you. But I agree with you. I think he's going to be okay. Raw was funny to me because we watched Raw, and I remember the beginning with Brock and the briefcase, and I got to say the boombox, the briefcase, and that was awesome.
That was your spot of the night, right?
Yeah, yeah, but there wasn't much else for me on Raw except the end, because they had the tag match, and then Brock did his little walk around.
Card of evil.
I'm gonna scare you, And I do want to mention Paul Heyman teased that he was gonna go for both belts when he said that he was because he really played Seth and AJ, because he told them, he said Brock Lesnar has the briefcase. Usually they want the champion. He said the two top champions are fighting for a chance to fight him. It's Brock Lesnar. I was like, damn it, damn it. But yeah, the main story of the whole show was just to build up the suspense for the Money in the Bank briefcase, and I think it did its job. What do you think? You want to rate Raw?
But right before we rate it, I just got to give a shout out to Alexa Bliss and her cup of coffee. That shit was hilarious.
Yes.
It was Chuck.
You should check out her Instagram posts.
I seen it.
But first,
my cup of coffee. Just chilling. She crazy. All right, man. Yeah, we could rate it. Besides what we're gonna use to segue into SmackDown, and the whole Kofi Brock storyline, matches on the show were nothing to write home about. The Alexa Bliss thing was funny. It was cool to see Becky and Nikki Cross do their thing. The Iconics are always funny. 2.8.
Yeah, I was gonna go.
There wasn't too much memorable shit, and it gets a 2.8 because of this. What we are gonna talk about now. But yeah,
I was gonna give it a 2.5, just right down the middle. To me, it was the average Raw. And yes, I know if anybody's watching right now and you're thinking, I watched Raw, I was watching Raw on Monday, and you guys didn't bring up the whole fact that Mick Foley introduced a whole brand new title. And well, that's the whole thing about it, because now we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. To say I was disappointed would be an understatement. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say when watching these idiots chase each other around for this stupid belt and Titus O'Neil winning it and then getting gloriously small packaged by Robert Roode and then him running around and jumping in the trunk and then R-Truth playing him. Was it kind of funny? Yeah. Do I think it was funny because the gimmick was working? No. It was funny to me because I'm watching these high-level, very good wrestlers chase each other around for an ugly green fucking belt. Fuck that belt.
Okay, so I gotta ask you.
Hold on. Let me just get this out. All respect to Mick Foley. I get it. You can't do a hardcore title anymore because we're in a PG era, and with CTE, you can't be hitting people over the head with chairs and shit like that. And we're not trying to bleed on TV. Okay, so if that's the aspect that you have to take out, and the only thing you can take from it is, it was defended 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Let's give these undercard guys and these mid-card guys a reason to earn their paycheck. No, fuck you. I don't want to see that fucking belt. That belt's a piece of shit. It's ugly as fucking hell. They walked around with Mick Foley holding this fucking thing all night. Oh, you made me sit through 3 hours of boring TV to unveil that bullshit? Fuck you, WWE. That fucking belt could have been a woman's mid-card belt. It could have been a legitimate TV belt because now you're killing the brand split. Man, I'm good, man. Go ahead, Jay. give these people something else to talk about. Because me, yeah, fuck that.
Bro,
I'm not gonna change my mind. Fuck that.
I liked it, man.
Yeah, you
Okay,
would.
hold on.
You would just drive me crazy.
I didn't like the belt. I didn't like the belt. I didn't like the actual design of the belt. To me,
That's because
it's
it's
pretty
ugly.
dark. But I think that's the point. Now they took the innocence of the 24/7 rule and they're trying to make it cool. So far for me, it's hard to rate because it's nostalgic. Because it
Mhm.
reminds me of like Crash Holly, back in the day when you used to do the creative ways to, like that when R Truth did that, like I was thinking, I was smelling it from a mile away. I was like, boy, Rude, you don't know what's up.
Yeah,
There's a
but
referee hiding somewhere. And
yeah, but you see, look at this. That I get why you liked it as a hardcore fan, as an old school fan. You know, the nostalgia thing kicked in.
right,
But
so it's hard to rate. Because I was
where you
entertained.
lose me, like I said, I was laughing. It was inventive. The R Truth thing was the only thing I didn't laugh at because I wasn't laughing at them. I was laughing
Hey,
with
hey,
them.
hold up. Did you see his
Well, wait,
Instagram post? Or did you see his Twitter post? He's calling it. He's saying I'm still the European champion.
he called it the European title, right?
Yeah.
And
I love
but see,
Truth,
this
man.
is where we go into SmackDown because now that bleeds into SmackDown, and now you got me watching R Truth have Carmella give him a makeover in a blonde wig. You know how I feel about Carmella. And now I gotta watch this dude run around in drag with this big ugly green belt. And it was funny last night, and now it's just you're wasting more of my 2 hours that I could be watching quality wrestling or watching a quality storyline with this
Hey,
15, 20 minutes of bullshit. Look,
hey, I can't hate too much on what you're saying.
maybe they'll do something cool with it,
That I'm
right?
just being hopeful. I'm just being hopeful. It's hard for I
All
gotta
right.
play. I gotta play. I can't really, like I said, it's too nostalgic for me. I was entertained, but I do think the belt is ugly, and I have to wait. We have to wait and see. Hopefully maybe they can make it a social media belt presence where they could defend it like and then post videos online for people to watch, like on
Like
Twitter or
Instagram
whatever.
Live, like Instagram stories or something
Yeah,
like that,
somebody beating
or
him
if you
for the
catch
title or
somebody on
saying, I got
Facebook
you.
Live.
Yeah, like they could do stuff if they really, really, really put their man to it. We just have to wait and see. But
All
yeah, that
right.
leads us into SmackDown. SmackDown was good.
SmackDown was good. Can I change my rating for Raw?
Yeah.
1.6, man. Fuck that 24/7 shit. I'ma say
You
that's it.
rated it before,
I
man.
started thinking about it, and yo, it didn't bother me until we just started talking about it. I'm sorry, I went on a tangent, but fuck that belt. Fuck that belt. You know, man, fuck that belt.
Man,
I'm good on that belt, man. I'm good on the whole gimmick. I'm good on the whole.
moving on past that. Moving on
Yes.
past that. Oh my gosh, man. So was it Bailey and Becky teamed up against
Or truth, and they try to take that ugly ass belt.
no, bro. You got to get over the belt, bro. You got to get over the green belt. You got to get over the green belt. No, they teamed up against. Oh, I don't think it was the Iconics were on.
No, they teamed up against the Blonde Bombers. You Charlotte Flair and Lacey Evans.
Oh yeah, and then they won. Bailey got the
Uh-huh.
win.
Bailey
I
got the
think
win on Lacey. She pinned
yeah,
Lacey.
which makes her look strong. And then Becky that's where they planted the seed for their feud, which you kind of wanted to go
Yep.
into. We want to talk about because you think that they're so guys. AD thinks that they're going in for a Bailey Becky feud,
Becky
and
program.
I I agree with him, but I think that's going to go on a little later, possibly SummerSlam, and I'm
Yeah,
thinking
but
that
bro,
Becky is going to go against Lacey in Extreme Rules. That's what I'm
listen,
thinking.
before the plant grows and you can smoke it, you gotta plant the seed, B.
Well, yeah, no, I'm cool with it. I agree. I do think that they planted the seed, but I think it's a seed planted for a later blooming date. But I'm sure
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can,
definitely,
yeah, for
definitely.
SummerSlam.
Right,
I think
maybe
there's
I
a lot
might
of
jump
things
off.
that's going to build
I
to
can see it
SummerSlam.
jumping off at SummerSlam.
I
I can
mean,
see it
yeah,
jumping off at SummerSlam. Something happens there where they bump heads, and that leads us into the next Monday Night Raw, and that's where the beginning of the feud runs.
I mean, they could do whatever they want, or it can end at SummerSlam. They can have the match, or they can do whatever.
Is Hell in a Cell before or after SummerSlam? To
It's
give
after.
my Look, jump off. Imagine that. Jumps off at SummerSlam, culminates at Hell in a Cell. Becky versus Bailey yeah. By then the brand split might be out of existence,
Maybe.
and you can have a universe. What do you call the fucking word escapes me? When you combine everything about what I'm talking about.
The unification.
Yeah,
Unification. Yeah. That'd be cool. I wouldn't mind them
undisputed
doing
champion. There you go. First undisputed champion.
that. Oh yeah.
I don't know. Yo, Big E came back.
Yeah. It was good to see Big E. I was so happy to see him. They did the angle where someone beat him down. I don't think he's cleared yet to wrestle, but I think they
Nah,
really. I
off
think Vince
camera.
McMahon is like he needs to come back because, if they knew Big E was coming back, people love Big E.
Yeah.
I really feel like
Let
the
me ask
new
you a question. Do you think since it happened off camera, do you think the rumors are true that was a setup so that way they wouldn't be there for Kofi's match and Dolph could jump him then? Like he's in cahoots with the Ziggler? I hope
So
not.
I will say this, okay?
I really hope not.
If there's rumors of that, it's because Dolph and Big E do have a history together. Dolph was the one who brought
Yeah,
him up from developmental. Yeah, they were a tag team,
with
kind of
AJ,
a
right?
group with AJ Lee. Yeah, so they could play off of that if they really wanted to. I hope they don't. I don't want to see if Big E turns. I want it to happen later. I want it to have. I would want Kofi to like. I would want Kofi to like maybe win the title, keep winning, and then maybe if he gets a big win at SummerSlam, then have Kofi or have Big E out of jealousy just beat the absolute tar out of him, and then maybe they can have a Hell in a Cell match. Ooh, we're booking. Hey, we're doing it.
Doing it big
But yeah,
over.
right now they had to set up the Saudi show, and Dolph Ziggler, Kofi came out there, and Dolph Ziggler, man, he beat him down hard.
Yo, I'm surprised he went to the head so much.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. And then his promo, I wasn't too much of a fan. I like Ziggler's promos, but he was a little too hammy, a little bit, just a smidge, maybe.
Yeah, man, I think he spent too much time doing a comedy tour and he forgot how to cut a heel promo. It was very hammy. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
very like 90s comic book villain esque.
But I'm not gonna hate on him because I know that it's gonna be a good match. I know that Kofi and
Oh,
I really this is what I like about it, okay? Because a lot of people could be like, man, nobody cares about Dolph. But you know something? Dolph is it sucks that he's in a position he's in, but he's a perfect person to lose to Kofi Kingston and to have a great match with him because that's just going to build, we're building up Kofi Kingston. That's what he's going to go do the job. And I think he's going to do a good job at making Kofi Kingston look like a really, really good champion.
Yeah.
And that's what Dolph Ziggler's best at. He's best at making other people look amazing. It sucks that he doesn't get the credit he deserves for most casual fans because he doesn't get all the big recognition, the big titles. But he makes a lot of other people look great.
Ric Flair. If you go back and watch old school Ric Flair was the heel who took an ass whooping the whole match, made everybody look amazing, and then at the very end pull it out and then run off with his belt. You know what I mean? Ric Flair made a career out of it. So I'm glad, to see Dolph come back on TV. I enjoyed what I've watched of him in the past, and it's going to be a good match. That leads us. I don't know. I just hope they don't turn Big E too quickly. Like I want to see like a little bit of dissension first in the New Day before just an outright turns on him.
Oh yeah.
No. So
I agree.
I don't know. Like you said, they're building that Saudi show. I would like to do a watch along for the Saudi show. So combatants, Nico, Hunter, Harley, Sandy, anybody want to do that? I don't even know if JB's down yet. It's on a Friday night, so a lot of people might be busy. And I would like to do a kickback soon too. Let's rate this SmackDown, bro.
So for me, the SmackDown, I'm gonna give it a 3. But here, I would have gave it more. There's one thing that disappointed me a lot on the show. one of the biggest things that disappointed me was the fact that there was no Brock Lesnar. You know, pay the man, have him show up. He hasn't showed up on a SmackDown. I think it would have made it special. All he had to do, even if he would have did the same thing he did on Raw, show up, even maybe F5 Kofi or something. I know that they wanted to build up Dolph, you know, but he could have shown up.
Up.
Hope maybe he will show up at SmackDown
Yeah.
next week or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
but
gonna go ahead and give it a 3.
I guess they looked at it like this: if Brock has that belt, if has that case, after the beating that Dolph gave Kofi, if Brock was known to be there, everybody would have been like, dude, just grab him, roll him in the ring, and put your hand on him and pin him. It would have been easy pickings, and it would have tainted the briefcase if it wasn't cashed in at that pristine opportunity. You know what I mean? It just wouldn't look it wouldn't have looked right. But I agree with you. You know, maybe have him pop up on the screen, come in, something like that, just to distract him, maybe, and then find out that he wasn't even in the building. It was like, you know, he set you up, mind game type thing. That would have been cool too.
Yeah. They
But
could have done something, but all in all, it was a good SmackDown. It wasn't too much to watch. Raw actually wasn't even too much to watch.
no.
Yeah,
A lot of
3.
exposition. Give it a 3. Fucking R-Truth in a blonde wig.
Just get it
I
out of your
can't.
brain,
I can't
bro.
give
Get
it
it
a
out of your
3.
mind.
2.4.
2.4.
Yes. There wasn't much to write home about. Once again, if they would have gave me a lot of good quality story
Hold
and
on.
things would have played out a little differently, I would have gave it something else. Well, fans, as soon as my partner comes back, we'll be signing off. Yeah, a lot to look forward to next couple of weeks. We got the Saudi show coming up that they're going out of it to make sure that nobody realizes it's a Saudi show. Because not once have they mentioned that it's in Saudi Arabia. And we have, I don't know, we have a lot of open-ended questions. A lot down that happened off camera. The Biggie thing was one. Like I said, I think they're planting that Becky and Bailey seed. It's going to be a lot of interesting things coming up. As soon as my partner gets back, I think he ran away. Yeah, I am AD. That has been JB3, and we are the Breakdown Boys. Peace.